Want anything? I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Mister, could you spare a coin?
No offense, but you're not looking so good. Feeling ill?
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Can't a man drink in peace?
Sadia.
Can't a man drink in peace?
Yes, Mum.
I'm gonna keep this short because we've got a lot to do. Honningsbrew's owner, Sabjorn, is about to hold a tasting for Whiterun's captain of the guard, and we're going to poison the mead. No, that's the beauty of the whole plan. We're going to get Sabjorn to give it to us. The Meadery has quite a pest problem, and the whole city knows about it. Pest poison and mead don't mix well, you know what I mean? You're going to happen by and lend poor old Sabjorn a helping hand. He's going to give you the poison to use on the pests, but you're also going to dump it into the brewing vat. Maven and I spent weeks planning this. All we need is someone like you to get in there and get it done. Now get going before Sabjorn grows a brain and hires someone else to do the dirty work. I made the mistake of borrowing coin from Sabjorn. He's allowing me to pay it back, but he's working my fingers to the bone. He treats me like a slave. I have to do every nasty, dirty job in the Meadery. If this plan works, not only is my debt gone, but I'll be set up for life. Maven and I worked out a little deal. If Sabjorn ends up in jail, she's going to take over his Meadery. And guess who gets to run the Blackbriar Meadery in Whiterun? You're looking at him. Once Sabjorn is out of the way, Maven has plans for the place. One way or another, we don't want the pests coming back. Consider it just more of the dirty work. I did my part getting them in there, now you need to clear them out. Both of the buildings are connected by tunnels made by the pests infesting the Meadery. There's an entrance to it in the basement storeroom of the warehouse that used to be boarded over. I've already removed the boards so the Meadery would get infested. That's where you should start. Sabjorn keeps that locked up tight. If you can get through that way, go right ahead.
You want a drink?
Remember, Sabjorn
If it's
will be
work you're
needing
looking
a
for,
helping hand.
Hulda's
Make
the
it
one
look
to talk
good.
to. Now please, no more questions.
A few seconds for my supper is all I ask.
Everything's all right? They say the college has been snooping around Sarthor. Mages in a burial crypt? No good can come of that.
What are you gawking at? Can't you see I have problems here? Are you kidding me? Look at this place. I'm supposed to be holding a tasting of the new Honningbrew Reserve for the captain of the guard. If he sees the Meadery in this state, I'll be ruined. Oh, really? And I don't suppose you just do it out of the kindness of your heart, would you? I hope you're not expecting to get paid until the job's done. Well, that's not how I operate, so forget it. Okay. No need to make rash decisions. Here's half. You get the rest when the job's done. My only demand is that these vermin are permanently eliminated before my reputation is completely destroyed. I bought some poison. I was going to have my lazy good-for-nothing assistant Malice handle it, but he seems to have vanished. If you plant this in the vermin's nest, it should stop them from ever coming back. Don't come back until every one of those things are dead. Malice is the best deal I've ever made. Lent him a bit of gold some time ago I knew he'd never be able to pay back. Nothing like free labor to make operating costs cheaper. Now I've got to clean up this mess. Was something we discussed unclear?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
I can't wait to see Sabjorn squirm.
Was something we discussed unclear? Well, it's about time. I had to stall the captain until you were finished. You'll just have to wait until after the captain's finished. I suppose you can wait around if you must.
Well, Sabjorn, now that you've taken care of your little pest problem, how about I get a taste of some of your mead?
Help yourself, my lord. It's my finest brew yet. I call it Honningbrew Reserve. I think you'll find it quite pleasing to your palate.
Oh, come now. This is mead, not some wine to be sipped and savored. By the 8. What's in this?
I don't know. What's wrong?
You assured me this place was clean. I'll see to it that you remain in irons for the rest of your days.
No, please. I don't understand.
Silence, idiot. I should have known better to trust this place after it's been riddled with filth.
I beg you, please. This is not what it seems.
You're in charge here until I can sort this all out.
It will be my pleasure.
And you're coming with me to Dragon's Reach. We'll see how quickly your memory clears in the city's prisons. Now, move.
Look, I assure you this is all just a huge misunderstanding.
I said, move.
Farewell, Sabjorn. I don't think that could have gone any better. Anything else you need before you head back to Riften? So, Maven wants to hunt down Sabjorn's private partner, huh? You're welcome to take a look around Sabjorn's office. He keeps most of his papers stashed in his desk. Here, this should help. Start changing it over to the Blackbriar Meadery West as soon as possible. That was Maven's part of the deal. She's put me in charge of keeping the mead flowing, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. If you're in the area, and you ever need anything fenced, you just let me know. I thought it would be better to leave some of the details out of our previous discussion. Didn't want to risk you walking away from the job. Besides, you've done Maven a favor getting rid of him, and saved me from wasting coin hiring someone else to do it later. Remember to put in a good word with Maven for me.
Need a ride? You can take it. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Ripon from old Rorikstead.
Good to see you, my friend.
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be...
Fairest prices and the highest quality in Skyrim. All meat guaranteed, clean and free from rotting.
Do you feel all right?
Brigands I can handle, but this talk of dragons? The world has gone mad, I say.
Well,
Here,
dead
spend
is
it
dead,
well.
right?
You've come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
You have some nerve coming back here after what you did to Kirava.
Taylor, another round.
I think you've had plenty, Volwolf. Maybe you should head on home.
You stupid lizard.
I trust you have good news for me.
Drink, or I'll have your head on
This
a
doesn't
pike.
tell me much. The only thing that could
yourself.
identify Sabjorn's partner is this odd little symbol.
You've been in
Well,
Riften for quite some
whoever
time
this
now, lady.
mysterious marking
I fear that you
represents,
soon may leave us.
they'll regret starting a war with me.
Now is not the time.
You should
for
bring this
exploration
information
and
to the
discovery.
Thieves Guild immediately.
I'm relieved to hear you
There's
say
also
that.
the matter
If
of
you
your
were to leave,
payment.
I'd miss you terribly.
I believe you'll find this more than
I owe
adequate
you
for
my
your
life.
services.
It would take a threat to all of Skyrim for me to depart.
Out of my way. So, how are things
The
with you and
fairest
boys?
prices and the highest quality in Skyrim.
Don't you have better things to do than disturb me? Don't you have better things to do than disturb me? I hope this deal goes through. I'm putting quite a bit of coin on it. The last two you set up fell through.
I don't understand. They were sure fools.
Word on the street is that poor Sabjorn has found himself in Whiterun's prison. How unfortunate for him. Exactly. Now you're beginning to see how our little system works. Maven sent word that you discovered something else while you were out there. Something important to the Guild? Then this is beyond coincidence. First Arangoth, and now Sabjorn. Someone's trying to take us down by driving a wedge between Maven and the Guild. Mercer thinks he knows a way to identify this new thorn in our side. He wants to meet with you right away. And if I were you, I'd hurry. I've never seen him this angry before.
Your IQ is not a problem, right? Do you want me to tell you exactly
Please. I think if Brynjolf catches wind of it, he'll beat you right out of it.
Ah, there you are. I've consulted my contacts regarding the information you recovered from Gulum-Ei estate, but no one can identify that symbol. It would seem our adversary is attempting to take us apart indirectly by angering Maven Blackbriar. Very clever. They're well funded, and they've been able to avoid identification for years. I'm impressed it reached this point. Just don't mistake my admiration for complacency. Our nemesis is going to pay dearly. Because even after all their posturing and planning, they've made a mistake. The parchment you recovered mentions a Gulum-Ei. According to my sources, that's an old alias used by one of our contacts. His real name is Gulum-Ei. Gulum-Ei is our inside man at the East Empire Company in Solitude. I'm betting he acted as a go-between for the sale of Gulum-Ei estate and that he can finger our buyer. Get out there, shake him down, see what you come up with. Talk to Brynjolf before you leave if you have any questions.
You seem to be a bit closer to Brynjolf than the rest of us. Is he giving you any idea why this place seems to be falling apart?
If he does, he isn't telling me a thing. I've asked, but all I get from him are more questions.
What about Mercer? Have you asked him?
No, and I'm not about to either. I value my life. You may want to remember that for yourself.
I can't believe Gulum-Ei's mixed up in all this. That Argonian couldn't find his tail with both hands. Don't get me wrong, he could scam a beggar out of his last septim, but he's no mastermind. Trouble? He's one of the most stubborn lizards I've ever met. You have your work cut out for you. You're going to have to buy him off. It's the only way to get his attention. If that fails, follow him and see what he's up to. If I know Gulum-Ei, he's in way over his head, and you'll be able to use it as leverage. Aye, he does indeed. And with his fingers in the East Empire Company's pie, we'll make good use of that debt. If I'm not being clear enough, that means we don't want him killed. For now, just keep on his tail and he's bound to step into something he can't scrape off his boot. A mercantile group that has established ports all over Tamriel. They pretty much dominate the whole shipping industry. The Emperor himself supposedly backs them, which means they have fairly unlimited resources, so don't get their feathers in a ruffle. Just head right back to the guild and get the information to Mercer. Nothing else is more important. If you discover Gulum-Ei's holding out on us and has more loot stashed away than he claims, we'd find that information quite valuable as well. Gulum-Ei works in the East Empire Company warehouse. He helps maintain all of the shipments of goods that goes in and out of Solitude. That means he has the pick of the litter from some of the finest goods to grace Skyrim's shores. He isn't exactly in the guild, but he pays us a cut of all the stuff he lifts from the warehouse. There are thieves, and then there is Gulum-Ei. No honor, no code at all. He'd shake your hand and stab you in the back at the same time. The cut he's supposed to provide the guild has dwindled as of late. He says pickings in the warehouse are slim, but I'm certain he's lying. Keep your eyes on him. He's quite crafty. Good luck in Solitude. Keep Gulum-Ei alive, but remind him who we are.
Vegetables as crisp as a winter's morning.
Need a ride? I can take you to any of the hold capital. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Yes, I know just what it is. My clothes are numb from before.
First time to Solitude? Beautiful old city, capital of Skyrim. I'm sure you already knew that.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here. Or you'll end up like Roti.
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
You betrayed us!
You should tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed his high king. Best she know now, Advar.
You're all hearted again.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torin. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Thorin. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Boo!
On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
Some gate guard you were!
Good riddance to bad rubbish, I say.
Take a load off and enjoy the atmosphere.
Can I buy you a drink, darling?
You can buy me whatever you want.
You look a bit peaked. You sure you shouldn't be home in bed?
Oh, I guess it's all over. I expected... I don't know what I expected.
So, what do we have here? Let me guess. By your scent, I'd say you were from the Guild. But that can't be true, because I told Mercer I wouldn't deal with them anymore. I don't deal in land or property. Now, if you're looking for goods, you've come to the right person. Oh, wait. Did you say Golden Glow Estate? My apologies. I'm sorry to say I know very little about that, bee farm, was it? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I can't be expected to remember every deal I handle. don't care what you promise. If I tell you the buyer's name and word gets around, it could ruin me. Well, now that you mention it, there is something I've been trying to get my hands on. I have a buyer looking for a case of firebrand wine. There just so happens to be a single case in the Blue Palace. Bring it to me, and we'll talk about Golden-Glow Estate.
Some of that charm. I'm just good with bows, not people.
You'd make a better Imperial Ranger than me.
No firebrand wine yet? I'm disappointed.
Hated my waggling tongue.
The Emperor's cousin, Vittoria Vici, is getting married soon. The reception will be public. Anyone in Solitude can attend.
Why, hello. Here to buy? If you have to ask the price, you might be in the wrong store. Oh, certainly, dear sister. We couldn't afford to have our customers look like the simple pigs they are, now could we? Make it quick. Nothing at all. It's very nice. If you want something with a little more style, however, you should see what we have available. It's not an insult, just an observation. If I were walking around with a wound, I would want you to tell me to see a doctor. Your outfit is something of an open wound, where attire is concerned. You're really going to the Blue Palace? That presents an opportunity. If you are willing to wear one of Radiant Raymond's outfits and speak to the Jarl, I would not only pay you, but let you keep the outfit. Good. Here's the outfit. Try to get Elisif's opinion on it, and if she likes it, mention it's from Radiant Raymond. Thank you for your patronage.
I'm not interested, Charlie. It doesn't matter how many times you ask.
You might want to rethink that. You're missing out on some wonderful opportunities.
Mind yourself in my city, friend. This here axe in full swing is a right terrible sight.
Fancy yourself an alchemist? Never could get the hang of that. Just a few more hours and I can crawl under some furs.
Please, don't interrupt the court.
I swear to you, unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Hafingar's people will always be safe under my rule.
Your Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. Dragonbridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. But about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy. You're dismissed.
I've got what I came for. I better get
If
back
I
to Dragon.
needed something from you, you would know it. Nothing.
Steward, I have an
I'm
idea
busy,
that might
and I
help
don't like
bolster
being
the
bothered
morale
unless
of
I'm
our
expecting
people in
something
this
from
difficult
you.
time.
Oh, don't
I
give me
think
that
we should
look.
have a grand
Fine,
party
I suppose I
and
can
let
find some
General
menial
Tully
task to
dismarch
set your
his
mind
troops from the
on.
Blue Palace to Castle Dower in
We have
only-
something of a vampire problem. Bodies have been found with blood drained. I know of a den nearby you can wipe out as a precaution. I don't expect you to be capable of even that. I was a member of the court during the reign of Torig's father. It was Torig who appointed me to the position. Very. I helped raise him. Oh, I could not have been more proud to see Torig on the throne. He made a fine king. A fine king. I was a member of the court during the reign of Torig's father. It was Torig who appointed me to the position. I like to think I've aged well. I'm certainly wiser than I once was, and I know when one should speak, and when one should hold their tongue. Not really. Varnius Junius is a fool. I'm sure nothing will come of it. I suppose if you're truly interested, you could talk to Falk. He's the better safe than sorry type. I was, to my shame. The whole court was in attendance. I've seen much in my time, but that was a gruesome day. Ulfric showed up at the Gates of Solitude requesting an audience. We thought he was here to ask Torig to declare independence. By the time we realized Ulfric was here to challenge Torig, it was already too late. By Nord custom, once the challenge was issued in court, Torig had no choice but to accept. Had he not, Ulfric would have had cause to call a new moot and a new vote for High King. Torig had some martial training, of course, but it mattered little that day. When Ulfric's lips parted, when he unleashed the power of the Thu'um, that shout, that ancient and terrible tongue, ripped Torg asunder. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? Vampires are clever hunters. More clever than you, definitely.
If it's arms or armor you need, see Beyrand in Castle Dower. Bloody good blacksmith, that one.
You see those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords. Curved swords.
If you have business, please see Falk Firebeard, my steward. Because that's what traitorous cowards do when they desire power. Ulfric coveted the High King's throne. He thought he deserved it more than Torrig. And so he came before my husband and he shouted with that terrible voice, like something out of a legend or a nightmare. When Ulfric unleashed such fury, my husband, he simply ceased to be. That is all I will say, for it grieves me to speak of it. It's quite fetching, actually. The craftsmanship is excellent. Oh, really? Well, you can tell them that I will be putting in a request for a few dresses quite soon. Oh, I thought that matter was handled. I think Falk is taking care of that. A question I am all too familiar with. One my very Thanes ask often. They worry that Tullius is so focused on the war that he risks forgetting what's best for our people. The real irony is that, while General Tullius is certainly no Nord, the people of Skyrim would be lost without him. Trust is always difficult, especially for my people. Yet we must trust in Tullius's leadership. For what other choice do we have? Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torrig was the High King, and I am his widow. Now is not the time to lay claim to such a title. This land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it. The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim, and like any blight, must be purged. Only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen. Be well. Pray for Solitude and my husband.
And your madness is the method, and the melody.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King. With his voice, shouted him apart. Fear not. Come dragon or giant. Huh?
Take a seat and get the cold out.
Ah, I see you have the wine. Hand it over, and we'll talk. Good. Can't have the buyer getting impatient and looking elsewhere for this, can we? Here, take this. I certainly can't use it, but I suppose I need to pay you something for the goods. Not at all. I consider it an investment in prolonging my life. As far as Golden Glow Estate goes, I'll tell you what I know. I was approached by a woman who wanted me to act as the broker for something big. She flashed a bag of gold in my face and said all I had to do was pay Arangoth for the estate. I brought him the coin and walked away with her copy of the deed. Not at all. I tend not to ask too many questions when I'm on the job. I'm sure you understand. However, I did notice she was quite angry, and it was being directed at Mercer Frey. In this business, we rarely deal in names. Our identity comes from how much coin we carry. Look, that's all I know. I never promised you I'd have all the answers. Now, since our transaction is done, I'll be on my way.
No lollygagging.
freedom the roads give you, but the stronghold is not.
What was he thinking? Falling the soul bolognese out of my boot.
Pay for this.
Is someone there? Tell you what.
Now there's no need to do anything rash. This isn't as bad as it seems. I was gonna tell Mercer about everything, honestly. Please, he'll have me killed. All right. It's Carlia. Her name is Carlia. Mercer never told you about her? Carlia is the thief responsible for murdering the previous guildmaster, Gallus. Now she's after Mercer. Help? No. Look, I didn't even know it was her until after she contacted me. Please, you have to believe me. I don't know. When I asked her where she was going, she just muttered, where the end began. Here, take the Golden Glow estate deed as proof. And when you speak to Mercer, tell him I'm worth more to him alive. You needed to know more?